And welcome back to the Buckle Up Podcast universe with Brandon Rush and Mama Rush. If this is your first time joining, I am actor Brandon Rush that has been in 81 TV shows and movies, some of the biggest shows out there: Ozark, Blue Bloods, Criminal Minds, Murder in the First, Power, Power Book 2, Ghost, FBI with Dick Wolf, and countless others. That's just to name a few. I've worked with Jennifer Lopez and I've worked with LL Cool J before. If you know the person, you have their big star out there. I've most likely, Tom Cruise and Top Gun Maverick. So I've been blessed to work with a whole lot of people. You all probably see me at some point in your life just didn't realize who Brandon Rush was. Well, that's me. I launched a podcast with my mom called the Buckle Up Podcast Universe with Brandon Rush and Mama Rush. We are in 74 countries in 823 cities around the world, and we have almost 18.8 million viewers and listeners around the world. And we're very excited about that. And the reason we have so many people from different places around the world is because we have guests. We have everyday people. We have people that are in the military. We have people that are in producers, directors, actresses, writers, showrunners that I've worked with in my career that have all come on the show. And then we also have business tycoons. We have entrepreneurs. We have everyday people, teachers, nurses, doctors. I might have said doctors twice, but we have people from all different walks of life. If you are interested in being on the show, you're welcome to reach out to me and DM me at Brandon Rush with two H's. That's Brandon Rush, RUSHH. That's two H's on Instagram, or our Buckle Up Podcast handle, which is BUCKLEPODCAST. We'd love to have you on the show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor or having a product, I have creator content, so I'm able to do paid advertisements on my social media, and also on the show itself. I'm able to put commercials in here and read off. There's a company that you have, trying to get your name out there. I am definitely the person to do that, and so is my mother. Not just because of not because of just because of my acting career, but also how well the podcast is doing, being such a global hit. So we look forward to having you all back with us today, going into our 127th episode, I believe, with Nurse Gabby. So I'll get ready to bring her over. And this is the Buckle Up Podcast universe with Brandon Rush and Mom Rush. All righty. So pause the record. Mom, say a few things real quick.
Okay.
All right.
Say something. All right. You want me to say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All righty.
Okay.
She won't be able to see my picture.
That works. Okay. All right. Now you can take your camera off.
Okay.
I'm actually recording.
All righty.
It's going to be in there. Okay. Now let's see here. Let me pause this. Resume record. Submit. And then Gabby should be showing up here in a few seconds.
Okay.
Hey, Nurse Gabby, looking beautiful as ever.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Hello. I'm doing amazing. How are you guys?
We are doing great. Welcome back to the Buckle Up Podcast universe with Brandon Rush and
Mama Rush.
Hi.
Hi.
And we are happy.
I have missed your voice, Mama Rush.
We miss yours too. The accent, all of it. It's absolutely wonderful.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year to you too. How was your, I guess, holiday season and New Year's?
I think it was great. I feel like I did a little bit of something. I spent New Year's dancing, of course, and now working. So that was a really good year for me to start.
Okay, I think I saw some of the videos. You look stunning as always. Obviously,
Thank you.
Follow each other on Instagram, social media. Also, yeah. Gabby, thank you for all the support. You show me probably more love on my social media than anybody. I'm like, thank you. At least Miss Gabby appreciates.
Or Nurse Gabby, love you, Mom. I love you. Thank you so much for supporting me, having your podcast. I know it has been a transition for you from what you used to do. And now with your podcast, you have grown so much. And I feel like people that they know you for several years, we are extremely proud of you. Keep going, keep working hard. And of course, I bet that your mom is extremely proud of you.
Oh, Gabby, well, thank you. You really know how to make a guy feel good. So
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Well, I think so personally. I appreciate you. I'm still acting too. I just filmed Outer Banks, The season finale,
Oh,
the season/series finale of Outer Banks. I filmed that back in October, and then I was up for Chicago PD as well. So I'm still in the
I
acting
love
business. I just do
Chicago
both
PD.
now. What's that?
I love it. I love
Yeah.
Chicago PD.
Oh,
It's
I do too, man. Oh my gosh, John, the Voight. I love his character. But yeah, Gabby, it's all about you again today. With the updates. Question for you.
of
I
course.
know, and I won't say where you do, but I know you travel back and forth. So I'm just going to be careful just in case I wasn't allowed to say it. But I know you travel back and forth between
It's
two
okay.
states. Okay.
You know, we're like a podcast. I'm real. I will say everything that I need to. I
All
don't
right.
care.
Perfect. Perfect. You traveling back and forth from, I used to do that from traveling from Los Angeles to New York all the time, back and forth work. In fact, I still do it. I think that's incredible that you're able to do that. Like, that's beyond impressive. And I kind of was curious, like, what made you, I mean, that's a big jump. Like, your nurse is working in Los Angeles and you're working in New York. Like, so you grind like no other.
Yeah, I have. I think like I started as such a young mom. My daughter is 20 years old, and I feel like sometimes a lot of people at my age, they don't have somebody to get encouraged. I think my daughter has been one of the most biggest lessons and encouraged me for me to grow so much as a woman
Mhm.
and as a person. I feel like it's a huge change for me. It has been a big transition. You know, when you get raised in certainly way, your parents they grow up in that certainly way, and
Mhm.
that's the only. I don't blame parents nowadays. Now that I'm a parent, because over time you're like, why you used to do this to me? Why? But it's the only way that we know. It's the
Yeah.
only way that they knew. So they're going to teach you the only thing that you know, especially as a child. You know, you grow up watching your parents do certain things,
Mhm.
and that's the only thing they knew. And with over time, with psychologists, life lessons, you learn that certainly of those patterns that were not the right way to raise your children.
Mhm.
So you either apologize, but it's like at this point it's a little bit too late because you're being raised this way, but you can change with your kids and be a
Mhm.
better parent. That's
Absolutely.
what I think.
That is
Well,
great
I
advice.
you knocked out the part. Well, first off, you had me stuck at the fact that one, don't say your age. Do not say your age. But the fact that you're saying that you have a 20-year-old daughter, and the way for people that can't see Gabby, what they're just listening to, she's absolutely stunning. And like, if she probably people probably think you're her sister. To be honest with you.
That's
I
right.
do. I was banned from picking her up
Oh,
because she told me, do not pick me up and get
yeah,
off of the car because my friends they think that you are my sister, and that's
yeah.
disgusting.
Oh, it's not. That's I can. Yeah, you. I mean, you look it like you look like the sister. So that's too funny because I never would. Growing up, I say this: my parents always looked the same. I just caught up to them in age, so they look the exact same from when I was a kid. Like I look at, they really have. So I just caught up to them in age. So I'm like, please let you know. They say black don't crack sometimes, or Asian don't raisin, and then I guess brown is golden, whatever. But so it just as long as I don't change, I'm like, Lord, please let me just keep this, let this lock in right now. And maybe it's the cocoa butters or the lotions, I don't know. But
Yeah.
it's my parents
I
look the
can
same.
see that. I can see that.
Absolutely,
Well,
absolutely.
it's so nice to have you back, Gabby, and
Thank
just
you.
growing up with your children. And I know growing up with our kids, the older son David and Brandon, it was so much fun. We had so much fun together because it wasn't a distance in age. And I know some people wait till later, but I
Mhm.
enjoyed his father and I both. We both enjoyed growing up with our kids and though we were young parents. And so that was great. But with that, I want to talk about, I just remember you are the dancer, a
Yes, I am.
saucer and all of that. And tell us, how long have you been dancing? I want the audience to know about that dancing part. And then we're going to talk about that healthcare a little bit as well. So tell me about that, or tell the audience about that, please.
I started dancing 4 years ago. The reason that I started dancing, it was not, I was not in the best shape in life. And my one of my good friends back then invited me to go dance. And I was just like, no, I don't want to go dance. I used to dance with my dad in the kitchen, but this
Uh-huh.
is like social dancing. It was
Mm-hmm.
completely different. People has those expectations of you dancing professionally. And I was really far from there. So she convinced me to go to dance February, actually, almost February 8th on 2020. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it was just like 21, actually, or 22, around
Mm-hmm.
there. So she convinced me to go to dance. And since then, I haven't stopped dancing. I feel like people can miss on now understanding in the dancing scene till you're in.
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons that, oh, I feel like it's a very provocative dancing, bachata and salsa. And I understand where they're coming from, but at the same time, you have to be a dancer to understand, because not necessarily, yes, it looks that way, but it not necessarily you go for those purposes to flirt with people, for unfortunately the social things that we're living nowadays, hookups and all those. There's a lot of people that they go because they have experienced trauma and this is like therapy for them. There's a lot
Sure.
of people that they go for the hobby. There's a lot of
Sure.
people go for the workout. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people that they go because of the music. And I think I have combined all of them in one, to be honest
Mm-hmm.
with you.
Mhm.
And I has come part of me. Is I feel
Mm-hmm.
like dancing is part of who I am, and we
Mm-hmm.
change so much as humans every single day, which is great. I think like every single year, people they said, "Oh, new year, new me." For me, it is new year, better me.
Okay.
So I just it has become part of me. It's who I am,
Mm-hmm.
and I have more titles that, when you're born, you're a daughter. And after your parents, they give you a sibling. So you become a sister and you
Mm-hmm.
become a mother, you become a girlfriend, a fiance, a wife. And there's so much titles that I still missing in my life that I'm looking forward. But yeah, I feel like dancing is part of who I am.
Oh, and I love dancing. I love dancers, and I never care what people say out there about on social network because they can sit behind a desk and not dance.
Yeah,
Um, or you can get out there and dance and have a fun time. And I grew up with my parents both dancing, and they were teachers, but I would dance with my daddy. In fact, you mentioned your father. And
yes,
I used to dance with my father. In fact, he was my first dance partner. He took us.
exactly.
We would go and we would watch our parents dance. I mean, they would dance in the home and all. And so it's just the rhythm that people of color have, and it's something in us. It's something in us, and I love that. And you
I
can pick up
agree.
on anybody's beat or whatever. But I want to
Yes.
ask you, what inspired you to go into healthcare in the first place? Healthcare.
Since I was little, I used to dream to be a pediatrician, but unfortunately, back in my country, like financial situation is not the same as United States,
Mm-hmm.
and it's. I grew up watching my parents helping others, both from both sides. We used to live in this like community that my mom, if she knew someone was sick, she will make a
Mm-hmm.
pot of chicken soup and deliver that to either she knew her or not. And my
Uh-huh.
dad used to make letters for people from um, Albertsons, like back over
Mm-hmm.
there in my country. So, hey,
Mm-hmm.
can you guys donate this amount of food or amount of tennis shoes? Like, and
Oh.
at the end of the year, he would donate. So I grew up watching my parents helping others. And I think that was one of the things that I pick up from them, to be kind and be helpful with other people. What
Oh.
was the best way to do it? I did
Mm-hmm.
the healthcare. Not
Oh.
necessarily the healthcare is the only way that you can do help other people, but for me, it was just like it was something very rewarding, because at the end of the day, I have to go back home and just yes, I'm getting money from that, but at the
Uh-huh.
same time, just giving to others, it was
Oh,
one of my biggest things, just because I saw my parents doing what they did.
beautiful,
Absolutely.
beautiful.
Gabby, I just want to say sorry, a little interject something here because I heard you two talk about how much you guys love to dance. Well, I love to dance too.
Yeah.
Dancing is my go-to. Even in college at USC and even at UCLA, very blessed. I was invited to a lot of sorority events, and I think the reason I got invited so much because I was always the first person on the dance floor because people were scared. So that's why I ended up being, I think, invited to so many events. So between USC and UCLA, I used to always be the first person on the dance floor because I love to dance. It's a way to kind of express yourself, or just kind of, you're just in the movement. When you have rhythm in your system. So I just wanted to mention that I love to dance as well, and at weddings. I've been a few.
It unifies communities,
It does.
like it put places from people from all over the world
Mm-hmm.
in one room, and we all love the same thing. We don't have no judgment for anything out there, like we
Yeah.
don't see color, we don't see race, we don't see
That's
anything.
right.
It's just community that music can put us in one room together, and we belong there.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
It's
Gab, you know what I was thinking along those lines too? In fact, you don't even have to speak the same language. Like
exactly.
through the dance itself, you can understand and like able to transition from that. You don't have to be able to speak to the person.
Absolutely. So dance is just is more than dancing.
Absolutely.
Well,
And,
I'm so glad Brandon mentioned that. Brandon, not cut you off, but I wanted to tell you this. That's so important. Important, Gabby. My sons, both of them can dance. In fact, I have danced with them on the dance floor, and they are something. I'm telling you, powerful dancers. And I just love that they have that confidence. And as their mother, I'm out there. Oh, don't you see? My sons can really. So they know how to throw you out, bring you back in, do everything. And it's just so
That's
much
good.
fun. And I think it's power in dancing. I think it's power in it.
Oh
And
yes.
I just love the way they both dance with women on the floor, and then make them feel comfortable even if they can't dance. They make them feel
Oh
comfortable
yeah.
out there. And so great that you can. But I want to ask you one thing, about what skills matter most in healthcare right now. I've been looking at a lot of things and listened to a lot of things that you don't learn from a textbook. For instance, communication, calm under pressure, teamwork, something like that, or empathy. And those are things you can't learn from a textbook. So, what have you learned?
I with my experience, and I now that I see new grads, I feel like the healthcare, yes, there's certainly things like diagnosis
Mm-hmm,
and some type of diseases that you will
mm-hmm,
learn by a textbook. But at the end of the day, it's just like ideas like, hey, let's figure out what's wrong with this patient. And we all come in the same room, like we don't know what's going on, and we put all these ideas. And
mm-hmm,
that doesn't come from a textbook. I feel knowledge, how do you place an IB, and those things that you cannot
mm-hmm,
learn from a textbook.
mm-hmm,
um Empathy is one of the biggest things. Kindness.
mm-hmm,
um I always feel like treat the way that you want to be treated.
mm-hmm,
That's another biggest thing for me.
mm-hmm,
And just love, I feel like you have to be loving and passionate about what everything that you do in life.
mm-hmm,
And healthcare is one of the biggest things out there that you can be given, and you can put it in a different level.
mm-hmm,
You learn so much from healthcare. I feel like one person can come bleeding, and the other person can be with the stomach ache. So you see, this is different scenarios every single day, and it
mm-hmm.
never is the same day. So you never get bored.
Okay, that's out. That
So I
sounds
would say empathy, kindness, and love.
okay.
Okay.
Great. Uh, I want to mention something because I've heard this recently, and I've talked with doctors and other nurses and about this. We've heard a concern out there that some people don't treat nursing degrees as serious when it comes to funding or support. When you hear that, what's your honest reaction?
Yeah, there's a lot of like recently changes in the healthcare,
Mm-hmm.
sadly. Apparently, we're not professionals anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, to be honest, I feel like there's no power that we can change that main idea for our
Mm-hmm.
country.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sadly, there's so much to say, there's so many ideas, but at the end of the day, there's one person with other people that they will make that decision. I
Mm-hmm.
was grateful to graduate long time ago and keep pursuing my goals
Mm-hmm.
in the healthcare. But sadly, a lot of people that they're about to graduate, they're not on the same position that I was.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to accommodate on the life that we're living nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
because there's either you pursue this goal of yours, and or you back up and you stop what you're doing just because this person is saying something different, that you're not a professional. At the end of the day, even if I'm not a professional and not be treated as a professional,
Mm-hmm.
I will still give it 100%, because
Oh.
this goes beyond a title.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. That is so true. And I tell you, when we had the shutdown or pandemic, actually, you all kept this country going. You kept people going. You kept patients. You stayed in the hospital 24/7. And we wouldn't have made it without nurses and doctors who stood on the front line of history. I'll say of history,
Mhm.
of making that powerful difference. And I always think now, with right now the flu is there, and you all are steady working and being exposed to so much. And we are most appreciative. We are most appreciative for you, Gabby, and the doctors out there, and the work that you do, and even the people who clean the buildings, the people who
Oh,
take
yeah.
the garbage. Everybody they said were essential workers. I want to give a shout out, because we made it because of people like what you do in your profession.
Thank you.
And so I want to say thank you for Mama Rush. I want to say thank you, everybody out there. If you're listening, thank you for all the hard work that you all have put in. So, Brandon, you go ahead, because I can keep talking with Gabby.
No,
Gabby's, we're like in the room. We are in the room, but she's like actually physically here in the kitchen. Okay.
yes.
I feel like at the
Gabby.
end of the day, it's not what you do, it's how you do it.
Amen.
Mhm. Okay. Okay.
Amen. Gabby, what's something that either, let's say, if a teenager wanted to go into your profession as either a nurse or a clinician, what, or someone even starting at a different point in their lifetime, what is something that they should do right now to become that?
Um, you have to take the classes, the right classes. You have to be able to talk to the right people. And there's a lot of people out there that I have experienced before that sadly sometimes they start taking a bunch of classes and they don't get the right knowledge from the right people. And
Mhm.
when they're about to take the next step, they just like, hey, you didn't took the right classes, you are missing this and that, so you're not going to be able to go to this path. So get the right information with the right people. I have a friend that recently she's young, it's my friend's daughter. So she went to one of these expensive colleges, and he said to her, well, it was a she, I'm sorry. And she was saying, I want you to, she was thinking and considering to go to the LVN program. And she's like, what about if you take the medical assistant? And medical assistant and LVN is completely different.
Mm-hmm.
One, yes, you're still in the healthcare, but at the end of the day, you have more knowledge and the right going to the right path to become a nurse. If you take the LVN, you have one more year left to become a RN. So medical assistant is completely different, still in the medical field, but it's not the same.
Mhm.
So I was trying to investigating if she was getting more money from sending people to the medical to do medical assistant. And I
Mm-hmm.
have that feeling, because how you're leading someone to be a medical assistant when she wants to become a RN,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't match to me. So it has to be something in there for me that it was leading her to convince a person that has no knowledge about the medical field that
Yeah.
was saying that.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is one of the reasons that I don't like just to go get information through people that they going to charge you thousands of
Yeah.
dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Go to college, investigate with counselors, talk to other
Yeah.
people that they have been through the same situation,
Uh-huh.
um, get the right people around you for you to be able to become what you're seeking.
That is
Okay.
Whatever
so
you do, it's not only the medical field, whatever you're doing, get the right information with the right people. And the
oh.
right people is the people that they went through it already.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gabby, you said something that I want to touch on, and I can relate it to myself. With your friend going to and trying to get this information, it probably sounds like she went to a counselor and for that. And the reason I'm bringing is she's in high school probably or college.
No, she actually went to one of these expensive schools.
Okay. All right. Well, what I was trying to say along those lines is counselors. I noticed like with you saying this is what you're because you're wondering about, hey, this person giving this kind of person advice and why you got to be careful who they put in positions of being counselors. I know, for instance, the reason I mentioned this is because in high school, for instance, I had a guidance counselor that told me I wouldn't be able to get into USC and that I should think about going to a junior college. And I did the exact opposite. I got into USC. I graduated from USC, and then now I obviously have this career in the movie business, which has been great for me. But had I listened to that person, and so many people don't necessarily have that strength or have that belief in themselves when a person of authority who says to them, hey, you know what? You can't be this. You should try doing this instead. And when that person's not qualified to say that, in the same manner, me saying, whoever this person was at this expensive school who gave this person advice to be a medical assistant, I think you said, instead of an LVN, I feel like that's a position, that's a part of someone being a bad counselor and not advising someone the right way. Where
Mhm.
there's a person like you or going to a person that has been there, which is why we have guests from all different. One of the reasons we have all these guests from different places and different careers is because this is the person that can advise you the right way that either a counselor might not be able to if they haven't done that position or degree,
Mm-hmm.
or it's someone that's not working in that field. So I agree with you 100% on that.
Mm-hmm. I agree with
Yes.
that too.
And it's just a waste of time, you know. Eventually,
Yeah.
you
Mm-hmm.
sign a contract for $25,000 to pay for a medical assistant, which back then, like we're talking about 10 years, we used to have a program that is called ROP. You
Mm-hmm.
used to be taking those courses in high school and be able to be a medical assistant for free, being in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Now, unfortunately, we don't have that much access because of government funds or whatever you want to call it. Now, it's like these private schools, yeah, you can finish in like less than 6 months but pay $20,000 when you can become a LVN and have more. You're stepping into the career for $20,000 also. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it doesn't seem fair to me, and I start
Yeah.
thinking, anyways.
And
Yeah.
that might be a reason why the
Yes.
system checked in, because
Are
if
you
you're
getting more
saying,
money?
yeah, getting money in these programs that's 6 months and paying that kind of money you just mentioned, there has to be some kind of oversight. And
Yes,
so
definitely.
whereby sometimes the good get lumped in with the bad,
Yeah.
and there's no in between to figure that out in some systems that do not work with ethical values at all or integrity. So with that said, I can see now with listening to you and listening to Brandon, that's why those types of things come into play. But we can always work that system to make sure that it's corrected with people sending the right information, or as this podcast is doing, putting the right information out there for people to learn. And then I want to ask you, what do you want employers to do better for nurses and clinicians?
Employers, are you talking about the administration?
It
Yes,
could be like
that's
a general
correct.
have
Which
to.
is we don't like administration. That's why I work night shift.
Well,
It's
well,
starting from
well.
there.
Let's just say you would like me, okay? You like
Oh,
me, and you could come and you could come to me and tell me, and coming to me, and if I were over a big system, and that I wanted to do something better for nurses
I
and clinicians, what would you suggest?
I feel like your hands are tied in administration. Sometimes there are so many people that they want to help others, but at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the day, people don't protect us. Like HR, is there a lot of things? A lot of people think like, oh, HR is protecting us. No, HR is protecting
The
the
system.
brand, the system.
That's correct.
there's no help in HR. There's no protection that
Mm,
somebody really truly cares about what's going
mm,
on in your life,
mhm,
yes, HR will protect the system, will protect the company's name.
mhm,
That's what HR do. I had to learn the hard way, sadly,
mhm,
but I feel with over time, I am one of the persons that if I'm going to do a podcast, I'm going to be transparent with you.
mhm.
So don't think that when somebody's hiring you, HR is protecting you or administration is protecting you. It's protecting the name of the brand.
I see what you're saying. And I think that's where maybe a liaison person would come in that is a go between the nurse and the HR department,
Yeah.
whereby they can actually give their views. No information is taken back and forth. It's just a neutral liaison personnel would be great for a system like yours. Many systems need that kind of thing. And as you're correct, human resource protects the brand, it protects who they are or whatever. But there is something that needs to be put into place in between that. And I say that because we have so many people listening and viewing that we want them to hear that. And maybe some smart person out there or someone with human decency or ethical values will pick up what we just said, and that will be great.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And don't get me wrong, I feel like so certainly people in administration, they're amazing. They truly care about you.
Sure.
Yeah, they try to do the best that they can because
Yeah,
sometimes I have come across through the years on the healthcare that I have been working for years. I have met amazing people that they're not the manager, they're leaders, or
great.
so that changed
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, and the reason I speak up for that part of it because I have a dear friend. I mean, we are very close, and I learned her when I used to call on doctors, and she's now a director of a major hospital system, and she looks out for people. She does not take that ground. She works ethically. In fact, we're going to have her on the show, and I want people out there to hear her speak on how she runs situations, and she's always put in these top roles because of the decency, and she's a doctor, young doctor, and everything. But I wanted them to hear that from you, and we're going to have her on the show too to talk about it. And she's a person you could go into a hospital who's over a major system, you can talk to her, and she does not take sides. She leads
That's
with
great.
authority. Yeah, she leads with
And also
authority.
escalating to that level,
That's it,
like I want to
exactly.
do more in
That's
so
right. And yeah, it'd be great if they had more like her and more like you to
Mhm.
offer that information to us. Okay, Brandon.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Sorry, because we're just getting off of that. All
Oh
right.
no, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Gabby, I want to make sure to ask this question too. Sorry, I know I told you 30 minutes. I know we're probably getting close to it, but I'm gonna make sure I ask you this question. What kind of advice, or I don't know what you all have in place. The reason I mention this is about protecting your mental health and how you're able, after hardships, how do you protect your peace and your mental health? One of the reasons I mention this is because I used to see this respiratory therapist, and I remember I was always at her place. She always wanted me over at her place, and I like being there too. But I remember one time I didn't come over because I was like, I felt like I was there at her place too much. But she had an extremely hard day, and she asked me afterwards. After I didn't go over that night, I didn't know that at the time. But she's like, "Hey, look, I lost patience that day. Just if you could be there." I didn't realize that she lost patience. She's like, "Hey, I had a really rough day," but I didn't realize that at the time. I realized when she told me the next day, and I made sure to always be over at her place after that, especially on days where I could tell that something had happened or it was hard. Basically, what you say, you're coming over, you're coming over. So I was there. So, what do you do personally to protect your mental health? Because I feel like a lot of people in the medical field, you guys probably have PTSD and you don't realize it. Oh, either you do or you don't.
PTSD,
Yeah,
ADHD, autism, you name it. I
yeah,
was I was talking with a very close friend of mine the other day. I'm like, oh, I think I have ADHD. I never got diagnosed.
yeah.
But I feel mental health is a huge thing, if not everything.
Mm-hmm.
Your brain controls all your body. And if you don't have the strength to build this up, everything else it will fall apart.
Absolutely.
Mental health is a huge thing for me, especially when you go to certainly um, people put you in life in sadly
Yeah.
in different positions, and as a child, your parents, they put you in certain position, and you become an adult, you put in different positions. But I feel like, take the next step, when you feel like something's going on and it doesn't seem well, you feel the certain way. And for me, and I have to say this, for me, be that friend.
Yeah.
Be friend. When you have friends, be that friend. Don't call yourself friend if you are not going to be the people for people that you love and you care. I
Amen.
feel like relationships, they come and go, and I'm not saying that they should be that way. You can stay with a person for several years, loving that person forever. But intimate relationship, they come and go. But a friendship, it will be there forever. So
Amen.
water your relationship with friends,
Amen. Amen.
because that's one of the most important things for me, and it has been. And all my friends, they can come into this podcast, and I water my friends too much. I
Oh yeah.
water, I do. I can
Yeah.
be annoying. Sometimes I have a friend of mine that if she doesn't answer one time, I will call her 5 more times.
Yeah. Hey, you need
uh,
that friend.
she even showed me her phone, and she's like, I have like 500 messages and I have to answer to you because I know that you will look for me no matter what.
Absolutely. No, that's so important to have, Gabby. I will say that I feel like for my friend, one thing everyone can say about me that I am solid and I'm a loyal person, and that my friends can all say that they count on me. I think the reason I've been blessed is because I do show up, and that's something that I learned specifically from my parents, which then inherently came into me of being there when people need your help, or being that could be a phone call, that could be actually physically showing up. I've done both, just like it sounds like you've done both
Mhm.
too. But
Mhm.
Yeah,
I think one of my best friends in the world, Carter Kinsella, was saying the other day, like, that's what everybody loves. But that's why we all love you, Brandon, because you're a person that constantly shows up for people. And that's something that's rare to find these days. So you're right. Being that friend that shows up for those times when people are going through, not just the good times, but the bad times. And if not, sometimes maybe
definitely.
let those people off. Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's like I always said, how you do things in life, it reflects with others. It's like you
absolutely.
cannot be, um there's some people, for like, you can be like a great partner, but you can be like a really bad parent. Or you can be a great boyfriend, but you cannot be a great husband.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
just like, it's work. I understand that, and people that they listening to me, is just high. The love that you give to yourself is the love that you're going to give to others, and there's no other way. You're not going to try to convince me other way. You
Mhm.
cannot be putting like really bad food, and we talked about this before. Bad food, not taking care of yourself,
Yeah.
drinking every single day, and pretend that that is when you get into a relationship. Oh,
Mhm.
I'm going to get the best of him or the best
Yeah.
of her. How
Mhm.
do you, there's no possibility whatsoever that that's going to happen when you don't love yourself.
That's
Amen.
correct. Oh, I love that. I love that.
Gabby, do you have any one more question you want to ask before I go into the lightning round?
Oh, you asking me, Brandon?
Yes, ma'am.
No, Brandon. What I love what Gabby just said, and I thank the Lord, Brandon, that you have been a wonderful son, and you've shown up for mom. You have shown up for dad when he was dying of pancreatic cancer. You were right there, and you're right here whenever I call. You come running to make sure everything is fine, and I think a man who loves himself, he loves his parents, will always be a great spouse to his wife. Or she will be, if she loves her parents, which Gabby, I know you love your parents.
Oh, I
You
adore.
you will become a wonderful you're a wonderful mother and daughter and all the other things you mentioned, daughter, sister. You are wonderful. You carry so many beautiful titles with you, and you're a beautiful dancer, and you express yourself in dancing. And I just love it so much. And so, Brandon, go ahead and do the. I just wanted to make that comment about
Oh,
Brandon and also you, because you too, I just love the way you speak to each other in the podcast, and people can listen to both of your young voices talking about the way you manage this life.
Is
You're
your mom
managing
trying
this
to do
life
something in
really well.
here?
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Managing this life. Okay,
Oh,
Brandon, y'all,
you're too
man.
I love
funny,
you,
Okay, go
Miss.
Mama
ahead, Brandon.
Rush.
Do
I
that.
love you.
Okay, do that lightning
Yeah.
round, Brandon.
Okay, Gabby, you're too funny. I was saying it in my head, but you said it out loud. All right, so if my ears could turn red right now, they would.
That is so amazing that your mom said that
Oh,
about
yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Because there's no person that will lie or will testify who you truly are, and it's your parents. And
Yeah.
that's really nice to hear that from your mom. And she's
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank
You're
you.
an amazing mother. So how you not going to have amazing children? That's
Well,
impossible.
well,
Absolutely.
well, with God's help, we've done the best
Oh
we know
yeah.
as
You
parents.
cannot do it alone, right?
Absolutely. Well, thank you both. You both have been amazing. Mommy and dad were obviously amazing. Gabby, I know your daughter has a amazing mother to look up to as well. All righty, we're gonna hit this lightning round. Everybody's been phenomenal. Gabby, so these are just I'm not sure if I did it before, but we'll do this every time you're on. So lightning round, just one quick, it's just a quick ones that you can answer however. Coffee, tea, or water?
Coffee, tea, or water? Coffee.
Okay. One medical myth that makes you say, Lord, help us.
All the machines like sounds.
Okay. Okay. What's the biggest Hollywood got medicine wrong moment? Which you could be like seeing in TV or movies or something like, hey, that's not how that works. No.
What do you say? What do you mean? I'm
Oh,
sorry.
sorry. So it said, what's like, so in like Hollywood movies, like, what is one myth in medicine they get wrong? So sometimes it could be something they're doing that's wrong that you see when you're
Oh
watching TV
my
shows.
God. Every time that they place in a respiratory tubing, that looks so fake.
Yeah.
100%. They look like, oh, no, make it more real, please.
Oh, okay. All
When the
right.
patient is intubated, that looks so fake with the tape. And I, no, Grey's Anatomy, you guys need to get better with that.
Okay. So Gabby, I was actually on, I think it was How to Get Away with Murder. I have to send you the clip of me intubating someone. And they have the views actually from the person itself. I have to send you that one.
Okay,
And then we'll have to review it together. We'll review it together.
yes, I will be like, no.
Well, so the only reason I didn't say this, well, yeah, you're right. I'll keep it at that. But yeah, I agree. I actually let me give you one quick plug. I work with an amazing medical company that does stuff for movies, like movies and TV shows. We don't do Grey's Anatomy. That's not one of the ones we do. But the ones we do are accurate because I know the two people.
Good.
So yeah, our main two shows are 911 Nashville, Britt Sanborn, 911 regular, and then the 911 Austin, and then what was the other one? This Is Us, and then the Rookie. So I just had to mention those are the ones.
I love This Is Us. Oh my God, it's one of my favorite shows.
It really is good. So I just had to mention that, but that's just our technical team. But I can get that name out there later. So here's the next question: favorite piece of advice you've ever received?
I feel that be you.
Be you. Okay.
Yeah.
I dig that. Most underrated life skill for adults.
A skill. Give me an example.
An example of a skill could be like knowing how. Someone's give me knowing how to parallel park, or knowing how to hang up things around the house, or knowing how to cook.
No, I'm not going to talk about my driving skills because I will fail there.
Okay.
But know how to clean.
Okay.
I think clean is super important. If you're a guy or a girl, you're going to use that skill wherever you go. Even if your wife loves how to clean, but at least if she's not there, you know how to clean. And a clean home is just feels better.
All right, that sounds good. Definitely something I have to take into consideration for sure.
Yes.
A habit that keeps you sane during a stressful week.
Or something that I do on the stress.
Yeah, somebody.
I'm just kidding.
What was it?
Drink.
Oh yeah.
Drink.
Yeah. It can be a glass of wine or something.
No, it's I feel exercise.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
I feel like releases stress and helps you.
Okay. What's one thing you wish every patient knew before walking into the hospital?
That we are not hotels.
Okay.
We are a hospital.
All right, that sounds good. Best comfort food after a long day?
Kicking crab.
King crab?
Kicking crab.
Cooking crab.
No, kicking crab. It's like this like I don't know what is it coming from. It's like a crab with shrimp.
Ooh.
Like Cajun crab.
Oh, okay. All right.
I love
good.
that. It's fatty, but I love it. Or pasta.
Okay, nice. Oh yeah, pasta's one. All right, and I like crab too. And shrimp. If you weren't in medicine, what would you be doing?
If I was on where?
In medicine, if you weren't doing medicine as a nurse, what was it? What was something you would like to do, or something that you would be doing instead?
Um, I feel that I will be a lawyer.
Okay,
Oh,
I know
wow.
you'd be badass at that.
Oh, she would.
I
Yeah,
know you did it. I know you did it.
yeah. um, if okay, what makes you laugh even on tough days? So something that makes you laugh even on tough days.
On tough days, something that makes me laugh. Very sarcastic jokes. I'm a very sarcastic person, so I
Okay.
feel like when I hear like people they post and sometimes they just feel like, oh, it's very sarcastic, but I mean, I like sarcastic jokes. I don't know why,
Oh,
but
hey, it works for me. A book, a show, or a podcast that you would recommend right now.
um I have I just started reading this book and I'm almost done with that, but it's like The God That I Don't Know.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
good, good. I have to check. Do you know who it's by?
Yes.
It's okay if you don't.
I'm sorry?
Actually, I can look it up. I was gonna say if you knew who it was by, but if you don't, it's all good. I can look.
Yeah. No, it's like it's amazing book.
Okay,
Okay.
I would check that out. One word you hope patients would use to describe you as a nurse.
Uh Kind.
Oh, love
Uh,
that.
you either a early morning person or a late night person?
I can be both.
Okay.
That
Hey,
is I can get up and do stuff and move here, move over there, but I also because I have work nights, I can be both.
okay. We love it. That works. One non-negotiable you value about life. So one thing that you have to have in your life, or it's like it could be a deal breaker, I guess. Is that
Uh Again, if I feel like you have a I feel like I'm big on values.
okay? That sounds good.
And if you don't have like consecutive, you don't know yourself, that's a huge deal breaker. I don't really know. I don't really know about
Yeah,
this. That's a deal
I'm
breaker for
there
me.
with you. I can't stand people. I can't
Yeah.
stand. Finish this. Sorry. Finish this sentence. Buckle up means to you. What does buckle up mean?
Um, Means a safety place.
Okay.
A
I
safe
love it.
place. I will say a safe place that I can be myself. I can speak whatever I want, and you will post
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Love it.
Well, Gabby, you have been absolutely amazing today. I'm so grateful for you coming back. I know Mama Rush probably has some closing.
Yes. Yes, and what I love that about you, Gabby, you are just a beautiful person on the inside and outside, and that combination really makes this world fabulous. So thank you again. Shout out to you for coming back to us on the Buckle Up Podcast universe, and we hope that every time you come, it's a safe space for you to just express yourself, Gabby.
Thank you, Mama Rush. I love you, and
I
it's
love you
always nice to
too.
see your picture, even though I'm not looking at you.
I'll be on soon. The next time I'll make sure I'm there with you. But certain times I don't feel like fixing my hair
Oh,
or whatever. And I'm
I've
just
been
walking
there.
around the house working on projects. So with that, love you too.
Yeah,
All
we love
right.
you, Gabby. All right, and we give you a round of applause. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you, guys. I love you, and this year will be amazing for us. It's just
Absolutely. Absolutely.
follow the amazing 2025.
All right.
Absolutely.
And
Thank
you
you so
have
much for
amazing
coming back too.
2026. Okay. Love you
All
too.
Thank you.
right.
Love you guys.
Well, I love you
Bye.
too. All right, let's see here. She's amazing as
Oh,
always.